For a long time, it was thought that the first humans did not cross large stretches of open sea in the Stone Age. However, recent research has challenged this belief, revealing that Homo sapiens dominated navigation much earlier than expected. This allowed them to reach Sahul, uniting Australia, New Guinea, and Tasmania at least 60,000 years ago. If you like this content, do not forget to subscribe and give it like, so you can be aware of our upcoming videos on history and discoveries. Join us on this fascinating journey through time. The study published in Science Advances analyzed more than 2,400 mitochondrial genomes of today's indigenous populations. This is the largest genetic base used to understand the population of Oceania, confirming the early arrival of humans to the Australian continent. The first Homo sapiens who arrived in Sahul did not follow a single route. Genetic evidence suggests at least two entry routes, one to the north, through the Philippines and Sulawesi, and the other to the south, bordering Indonesia and possibly arriving through Timor. Both routes required significant navigational skills. The trip to Sahul was not accidental. The synchrony of dates and genetic patterns indicate planned movements that mark the beginning of a history of human expansion in the Pacific. These trips were not isolated, but part of a continuous effort of colonization. To analyze this period, researchers used mitochondrial DNA, which acts as a molecular clock. Through accumulated mutations, it is possible to estimate when separations between different populations occurred. The findings are clear. The arrival in Sahul occurred about 60,000 years ago, coinciding with the oldest archaeological sites in Australia. Several genetic branches diversified at that time, indicating that ancestors arrived in almost simultaneous waves, developing a unique diversity. The human populations of Sahul expanded rapidly. From the north, they colonized Australia and Tasmania, while other communities settled in New Guinea. The rise in sea level, 9,000 years ago, separated both regions, consolidating different evolutionary paths. One of the most surprising findings is that the indigenous peoples of Sahul retain some of the oldest genetic lines outside Africa. This demonstrates a cultural and biological continuity for more than 2,000 generations, although questions are raised about possible crosses with other human species. Despite the lack of conclusive evidence of hybridization, researchers suggest that Homo sapiens may have coexisted with species such as Homo floresiensis and Homo luzonensis. The possibility of direct contact remains a fascinating mystery. One of the most amazing implications of the study is that our ancestors dominated the sea before writing. 60,000 years ago, without advanced tools, they planned maritime routes of hundreds of kilometers, showing an exceptional exploration capability. This places Sahul's navigators among the great pioneers of humanity. Not only were they the first to inhabit Australia, but their feat of navigation is an early manifestation of what makes us human: exploration and adaptation.